well-off people can deal with this type of a situation. They live at home, they have a ecosystem which is comfortable. But what it's been for the poor people, for migrants, it's completely devastating. They've lost confidence, actually.
India has been locked down, what I have referred to as a draconian lockdown. This kind of lockdown I'm not hearing about from anywhere else.
Don't view the lockdown as a on-off switch. It's not going to be an on-off switch, because once you have moved into a lockdown, switching it off again, it's not going to be easy. How do you think about your supply chain as we open up? When does your supply chain actually start to function at a reasonable level? What opening up do we require?
See, I am not seeing that smooth, concerted, rhythmic movement towards unlocking. Yes, I understand based on what I have heard yesterday also that we are moving in that direction. But I think a kind of aligned approach that is required. One person will say one thing. I don't know whether that is to be the chief minister of the state or the DM or whoever it is supposed to be. And everybody in an aligned way must go forward. This is not happening. And I think the blame for this rests again with the kind of fear we created in the first place, that infection is equal to death. So if you were to kind of have the luxury of going back to middle of March, जब प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पहले वो जनता कर्फ्यू अनाउंस किया, फिर उन्होंने the first lockdown अनाउंस किया. If you could go back then, to your mind, how would you have crafted a different roadmap for the last 3 months?
What our discussion internally in the Congress party was at the time that the response has to be decentralized. The central government has to operate as a support system and as an enabler. There are certain things that the central government needs to do, air traffic, railways, etc., and that it does. But then it moves the battle to the district, moves the battle to the chief ministers and allows them and enables them to fight. Now, if you look at what has happened after the lockdown, which by the way, I've been calling a failed lockdown because it's the only lockdown in the world where the disease is actually increasing after we are opening up.
Sure.
What you're finding is you're going back to that anyway. The central government has backed off and has now said, okay, we are going to be forced to leave it to the states. So the correct response is actually happening organically. Because that's
but now it is happening. But
it's too late.
To our perception as a common citizen, it is now happening as a passing of the buck, not as a passing of strategy. Massive injection of money to save the economy.
And it doesn't matter. Look, I'm speaking to a big business guy. It doesn't matter. You don't view it like big business, small business, laborer, not laborer. You view it as our biggest resource is our economy. We have to, at all cost, protect our economy. Whoever has to be supported right now should be supported, period, the end. So that would be the second component of a strategy. Is in India, if you want to do something, be compassionate. Be compassionate, listen. And the country will automatically tell you what it is desiring. Huge component of it is building confidence. India is a connecting bridge between different cultures, between different systems. And I think that's something that India's historically been very good at. And if you look when we've been successful, we've always operated as a connector, whether it is in our sort of foreign policy, whether it is in our business system, whether it is in our philosophy. We have the ability which not many countries and civilizations have of absorbing. That's a powerful thing for us.
It is because we are very open as a people. This openness, should never be lost.
We are open, our civilization is open because there has been traditionally a certain tolerance in our country. I mean, jo kehna hai keh do, right? And that's been the case. One gets the sense that has reduced significantly over the last couple of years. Do you think this sort of mahal that you spoke about of fear damages business in any way?
देखिए, nobody will invest unless he does so with enthusiasm and confidence. तो इसमें तो कोई doubt है नहीं. I think yes, in terms of being tolerant, in terms of being sensitive, I think India needs to mend a couple of things.